Thank you very much, Kostas. Good afternoon, everyone. And let me also thank the organizers for the invite. Your question is very interesting, and what we're discussing here in this panel, because as you know, RES is a one-way street for achieving our national goals and for dealing with the climate change, especially in order to deal with the phenomenon that we are seeing today, this increase in the prices of electricity. And I think no one will disagree that for whatever reason this increase is happening, the only way to deal with it is to invest quickly in RES projects. For us, they go hand in hand with the implementation of storage plants that will allow, as Mr. Papathanassiou explained, to have a system that's stable and self-sufficient. We also need to upgrade the operators so that we can accelerate the penetration of RES. We think, of course, Kostas, the market is not like it used to be 10, 15 years ago. As Copelouzos Group, we have been investing in RES since the end of 1990. We have materialized hundreds of megawatts in photovoltaic parks and wind farms. We talked about we have seen ahead of time the need for storage plants, and today we have licensed or soon to be licensed storage plants more than 3,000 megawatt hours. But we believe that the challenge ahead of us, not only as investors but as a country as well, in order to achieve our goals, we need to address this challenge with different measures. I will just mention some of the pillars of the axis, that are important in order to ensure quick and smooth penetration of the RES. One has to do with licensing. I think everyone agrees that we need to have licensing should be quicker. We need to have deadlines for the services and for the administration to finalize some requests, answer some requests from the investors, and we also need to standardize the procedures and the requests for the documents, because now it's the rule, I would say, that the same authorities request different documents in different areas of the country. So we need to have a standardized procedure. Another thing is the legal framework. There has to be a degree of predictability for the investors. They need to know that the specific framework with the specific limitations will help them implement their project. There is a very strict spatial framework. We think that should not be stricter, and it should not contradict any special planning requirements that the local governments need to draft. The legal framework is very important because and should be modernized, because it's based on old conditions. We have different sizes, for example, for the wind farms, for the wind turbines, different heights, different sizes of blades. So the legal framework has to be modernized as well. Another axis, like Mr. Tselemi said, Mr. Papathanassiou said, it's the grid. The grid goes hand in hand with storage for us. We expect the new legal framework for this market, and we believe that it should ensure the sustainability of the storage plants. Of course, the grids must very quickly be upgraded and expanded and digitized. The third axis is new technologies. As a group, we invest in the RES technologies, the onshore parks and photovoltaics, but we were among the first that had issued licenses for offshore wind farms over a decade ago. So we expect the administration, we expect the government to finalize the new legal framework for offshore wind farms. We believe there's great potential in the Greek seas. And in order to quickly develop the RES project, licensing, the existing licenses should be respected, and the existing licenses will be able to produce projects very fast, a lot faster than any new licensing that will be granted. We invest also into newer technologies such as green hydrogen. Already 3 years ago, we have established a department in our group, and we are planning for projects considering that green hydrogen will be shortly a safe fuel for many sectors of the economy globally and in Greece as well. The next axis that we expect quick reaction is the financial axis, credit axis. The market has changed. We don't have fixed contracts for 20 years. We have a new market. Everything goes into the energy exchange, or we are signing bilateral PPAs. So the financing sector should create the tools, design and create them to support this process. We are talking about smooth development of RES, and I think perhaps the most important thing to ensure the social cohesion and social acceptance and the smooth development is to inform the public in the right way. Unfortunately, we have a lot of misinformation being spread and a lot of misconceptions, and that creates a resistance towards the development of RES plants or wind farms. We believe that our administration should use the right tools to present the right message, that the only way to deal with climate change, the only way to deal with the greenhouse effect are RES projects, photovoltaic solar panels, wind farms, etc. Of course, there are interventions in the environment, but these interventions are minuscule compared to the benefits for society, both for the environment and for the economy. It's very important that the state should take the right measures and inform the public. Of course, RES investments will create new job positions, so that we should prepare the human resources for these new jobs. As a Copelouzos group, we invest for over 20 years now to green energy, and we will continue to do so, always respecting the environment and local economies. We take advantage of the local resources, talking about human resources or suppliers, subcontractors, etc. We have the experience from implementing large-scale RES projects in the past. We invest, and we will continue to invest in offshore projects as well. We have, like I said before, one of the 2 licenses that have already been issued, and we will invest in storage units as well. And we hope in the future to also work with green hydrogen. Thank you, Kostas. Thank you, Mr. Καρύδας.